So that was that bit done, but that wasn't going to get it through the MOT. It failed, unfortunately. It's failed on shock absorber. There's excessive worn bush near side, excessive worn bush offside, anti-roll bar linkage pin or bush excessively worn near side rear, and the linkage pin or bush excessively worn on the offside rear. Got a package. Now this is all the stuff that we need to fix the anti-roll bar, or the connectors for the anti-roll bar at the back end and the bottom of the suspension. At least, fingers crossed, I hope I've got everything. It took me flipping ages going through the website to pick out all the bits and bobs that I think I need, but they should all be in here. But I want to try to get to the point where I get this all done and dusted before the end of the weekend. I tried to get it booked in for an MOT, a re-MOT on Monday, but for whatever reason the garage didn't want to take the booking until I'd got the work finished. Maybe they've seen some of my previous videos, who knows. So we should have 2 of these drop links. Are you going to be helping today, Duds? No, okay. 2 of the drop links, and then a whole bunch of bushes and bolts, washers, and goodness knows what for the bottom of the suspension. So these are the main ones. Now, on the MOT form, they weren't exactly clear which bits of these have actually worn out. They said the bushes or pins. So I thought if I get the whole assembly, then I don't have to worry about it. It looks like I've overdone, because these have got castle bolts and the split pins to be able to lock the pin in place, and I ordered those as separates as well. So looks like I've got some doubling up going on, but never mind. They've bagged all of the corresponding bolts together, spacer washers and the capping washers, and then I've got here, this should be for the suspension. Why have I got 2 lots of... Ah, no, that's for the anti-roll bar. This is for the suspension. So I've got 2, looks like I've got too many bushes. Oh well, let's see how we get on. That is the droppy thingy that I've got to replace. And I've got to do that on both sides. So I think I might tackle the far side first of all, because I think that one's going to be easier. Right, so those bolts look jolly large. 4 bolts, 4 bolts. That's easy enough. They're massive, man. That's one thing, they are absolutely huge things. I think I'm going to need a lot of breaker bar action going on today. Right. Those are massive. Do I have another 24 in my other set? Hopefully so. I don't understand how it can get so much rain in the back end of this. 24, 2 24s. Tell you what, talk about different quality. So this is a Draper Max set, and this is your bog standard Alford set. Get the thickness of the walls. Anyway, let's get the breaker bar on both, and then see if we can't get this started. Right. Quite bright today. There we go, that's better. So I've got my little Rovivon torch, so hopefully this is going to be enough. There we go, I can see what I'm doing now. I also found, I did find a pair of snipe nose pliers. Option number 2. Got him. Ha-ha! Don't need to worry then. Oh, that's sweet. Right then, let's find the right size nut, get him off. I could probably have gotten away with reusing this, but I'm going to switch out for the new set anyway because I've got them now. So I wonder if this anti-roll bar and the fact that the bushes are worn on it contribute to the knock when I engage drive. Fingers crossed, when I've got these switched out for the new bushes and for the new drop link things onto the anti-roll bar, it should tighten that up as well. I'm hoping. It'll certainly tighten up the sway, because there was quite a bit of sway. When I'm going around islands or roundabouts, there was quite a lot of lean going on. That'll definitely be tightened up. I'm looking forward to that. That was close. Let me show you this. I nearly got caught out. I was looking at this, and I was looking at the old one, and I thought, crikey, that rubber's improved some, isn't it? Look at the size of that one, eh? And then I thought, hang on a minute, where's that disc? There's a little cap on it, isn't it? I didn't realise that. Guys, it's a good job I clicked. I checked the old one. I'd have actually put that on with that cap on in place, and that would have been a bit shit, wouldn't it? It's actually Brucey bonus of keeping the old one in place, that I can use it to see what order everything's in. So the washer's on the inside, there's a thingy on the outside. Right, that makes more sense. Right then. Drop linky thing in place, that's that. Washer on. Castle him. Come on, my beauty. In fact, I'm going to put a bit of grease on here, because that does have contact with the base, the inside of this thing. So I'm going to go do that, I think. Tell you what, I'm glad I checked these. Glad I checked these torque settings, because they're a bit different. So we've got the anti-roll link to the axle, and we've got the anti-roll bar to the anti-roll link. So the anti-roll bar to the anti-roll link, so that's the bottom bolt, is 75 Newton meters. Right, let's do refurking gone. So this one at the bottom here, that one 75 Newton meters, and that one up the top, what was that one again? 40. Yeah, 40 Newton meters. 75, 40. Let's get him on, baby. Oh, there we go. That's I feel like an orc emerging from the deep dark underworld for centuries. But that's it. That's that side. There's the drop links done. Now I can start farting about with the outside world. So what I'm going to do is get some chock up the wheels, the front, well, all the three wheels that are going to stay on the ground. Get the outside wheel off to see if I can get access to the suspension, and this is where I'm going to switch out the bushes on the base of the suspension, switch out the bushes, the bolts and all of that malarkey, just so that the rubbers bob on. Right, let's get to that. Hey, as far as jobs go, that one, doing the drop links on the anti-roll bar, I was a bit apprehensive about. When I've done anything with anti-roll bars in the past, it's a lot of leverage and it's a lot of twisting and it's a lot of force, but actually that wasn't too bad. Now it's a standard roll bar, it's not you know, it's a factory fit, so I haven't done anything to do anything with any upgrades. There's no upgraded bushing on those drop links. You know, I could have opted for that, but the majority of stuff that I'm going to be using this for is going to be road use, the odd bit of green laning in the future. And eventually in time, when I start to use it and I work out what I need and what I don't need, that's when I'll start applying any upgrades. What I want to try to do, in all honesty, is keep it as stock as possible, and try and get it back to the original state it came out of the factory for the original buyer. Stuff that's on here, there's a load of dents, and I will be knocking those out in the future, but I want to get it mechanically sound first of all. And of course, to be mechanically sound, it's got to pass an MOT. It's got to be said, this firewood makes excellent chocks for the wheels. He's Dudley, come and show him. He's been playing in the mud a bit. Here, come here. Look at this. Look at the state of this. Come here. Show him your head. Show him what you've been doing. He's been having a bit of a play in the mud. So fortunately, it's quite warm today, so he's going to get a bath. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to get a bath. You're deaf as a post as well, so it doesn't matter that I'm saying you're getting a bath, because you don't know if I'm saying walk or bath or whatever, do you? Hey? No. State of you. Right, wheels. Come on, Rich. Concentrate. Oh, look at that. What a surprise. How different it is to undo a wheel nut that I've done up myself. You don't have to jump on it. Right, axle stand. Yeah, somewhat bad memories of this wheel. Was it this wheel? Yeah, it was this wheel, wasn't it? Wow. Yeah, if you haven't seen that. If you haven't seen the hassles that I had with this wheel, then I'll put a link up there somewhere, and you'll be able to see. Oh man, I spent days with this back end here, this wheel. Oh, look forward to the day, Dudley. I look forward to the day that DeWalt says, hey, Rich, you on Its Adventure, do you want to have a go with this proper gun? I'll send you it over, trial it. No, you don't have to give it us back, mate. That'd be awesome, but oh, that's the way to go. But this one's my woodworking. I've just got these wicked adapters off of Amazon, and they convert, what are they called? Lexivon, and they convert like a hex thread into all of your mechanics ones. It's great. It's great for me, but you know, but it's definitely not up to the job of doing some of the really heavy bolts. But to speed things up like this, it's awesome. Right, so now I can get to the suspension. Let's get me mat. That is all gone to cack. Now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that's rusted up to buggery. It's a nylock thing on the bottom by the looks of it, and that has got a flat end on the bottom of the bolt of the suspension, so I'm suspecting that this whole thing is going to spin, and that there, I'm going to need to put some clamps on it somehow to stop that spinning, or spinning this one. Now I've just got this on, it's a size 18. Yeah, the whole, looks like the whole, yeah, whole suspension is shifting. I'm thinking it's going to need a bit of a quick hammer to break that. Let's get some more quick release on. So we're going to see if we can crack that nut I'm gonna put an 18 ring on the top rather, and I think it's gonna be, hoping this is gonna be, no, it's a 9 on the bottom. Here we go then. So lovely yellow bright yellow bushes to go on. Oof. Bit of fire. There's one. Okay. Putting these down. Oh, seated lovely. Now I thought there would be another cup on top of that, I'll be honest with you. Or is that it? I don't know. Old one, new one. New one looks like it's a massive dish size in comparison. I'm wondering if I have to stick with the old, because it's a smaller bolt. That's definitely not going to fit on there now, is it? Yeah, I'm going to stick with the original. Better safe than sorry. Come on, my beauty. Why, yeah, man. Well, that looks awesome. Pleased with that. Last bit then. I've had a check and it's 38 Newton meters for the bottom of the suspension. Doesn't seem a lot, actually. There again, I wouldn't expect it to be a lot for a shock absorber. There we go. Done. Sorted. Let's get that wheel back on. Now, one side left to go. I didn't think I'd get through all of this today. Now, at the moment, it looks like I'm on track to do it. Let's get the wheel and put it on. Waz it on with the Waz machine. I always get the first ones going, first bit going hand by hand, because I've stripped too many threads of these things before. I just like to make sure I've got some spinniness before then. This is going to be amazing if this comes off. All within the daylight then. Bolts out, all of them. Wow, that's coming out brilliant. That's the weight of the suspension, pulling that down. There's one out, one in, back into place. Because it's not quite long enough, that. It needs a bit more. Oh yeah, man. Right, let's get that torqued and job's a good one. That's awesome. Can't believe how quick that was. That's ridiculous. Shock absorber to axle is 38 Newton meters. So that's what we've got to get to. That's the budget. There, one more. That's all it was. 5. Right, let's drop him down before then hitting up 105. Right. So that's that bit done. Wow. I can't believe that. That is a record time for me. That's like that's how you want stuff to actually work. It's where you get stuff set out and it all just falls together. That's amazing. I've never had a couple of jobs to do on this or any car in the past when I was a kid messing about with cars that goes just so smooth as that. So that's amazing. I'm very pleased with that. Very, very pleased with that today. That's really good. Question is whether or not that's enough to be able to get us through the MOT. I think that's all the parts that there was referenced on it, but we'll find out on Monday. Well, one thing a Defender isn't is boring. Yet again, ended up with another bit of an interesting situation. Just got to the MOT station, just on time, and they said, oh, it's leaking again. What? Yeah, diesel pouring out underneath. So I'm like, I checked the leak-off pipe that I fitted. Turns out one of the nuts at the bottom hadn't been tightened fully. So we got that tightened, and he said, you know, because I can't re-MOT it because that leak wasn't there when I MOT'd it last time. So now you've got a leak, it's not going to pass. I'm like, no. He said, yeah, sorry mate. So he said, hang on, let me get my spanner. So he's gone and got this spanner, fair play, nipped up the pipe, and that sorted him. And with that, it's passed. So the MOT faults then, where the drop links on the anti-roll bar and the bottom of the suspension, the bushes there, I've got to say, when I took them off, I was a bit miffed because they didn't look like they got any wear on them. But what a difference! What a difference! I can feel it. Feels solid, planted. It feels very car-like in the way it's driving now, rather than rocking and rolling. And this is a much more stable ride. Suspension, I don't know. I've got to hit a big bump yet to find out how much it does reduce the bounce. But at the moment, it's brilliant. Really has made quite a big difference. Links and the actual nylon bushes, a pack of those, and that was it pretty much. They were about 35 quid. It's not bad. Yeah, so what a policy pain in the posterior that was. I think I've still got a couple of leaks going on with the leak-off pipe. I managed to get the garage helped out, and they've tightened up the bolts, stopped that going on, stopped the leak. They did the last checks for the re-MOT, saw that the suspension bushes had been changed out, the drop link's done, so they were quite happy to sign off that. But when I rocked up, he said, oh no, I can't pass it for re-MOT because it's got a new leak, and that wasn't there when you first came along. I thought, oh my goodness. So he did help out and managed to get it sorted. So it has passed, but dramas right up to the last minute. What a palaver just to get through an MOT, eh? But that's it for now. That's done, dusted. We're good to start driving it properly. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that was useful or of interest. And if it was, don't forget, give us a like, because it really helps out the channel, helps out the algorithms. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. My name's Rich, and this is It's Adventure. I'll see you again very soon. off camber on round islands and roundabouts. That was combined. I don't know if you've ever tried filming yourself whilst doing this sort of thing. It takes a little bit longer because you have to stop, you have to put the camera in place, and then you have to kick the camera, then you have to move things around again, and you have to kick the camera again, and you have to it's a little bit complicated.